Hi, today's lesson is the principle of affordable loss. To illustrate the principle of uncertainty in forecasting, I'm going to do a little exercise with white buckets like this one, drawing items out of the buckets and forecasting what's in the bucket after we sample. So first will be bucket 1, which is forecasting with perfect knowledge. Then the second one is bucket 2, that's forecasting with imperfect knowledge. And the third one, bucket 3, is forecasting with uncertainty. So here's bucket 1. And in this one we're going to talk about or illustrate forecasting with perfect knowledge. Nothing in the bucket yet. But I'm going to put in the bucket tools. Here we have 10 screwdrivers and 3 pairs of pliers. If I put all 13 hand tools in the bucket, 10 screwdrivers and 3 pairs of pliers, we know that there are 13 items in the bucket, and we can guess that with some good reliability that we have a 10 in 13 chance of drawing a screwdriver and a 3 in 13 chance of drawing pliers. This is forecasting with foreknowledge or even perfect knowledge. Bucket number 1. Bucket number 2. This one is forecasting with imperfect knowledge. We can't pull the items out and inspect them, but I will tell you this. The items inside are hand tools or parts of hand tools. So we'll take a draw to see what we might have. The first item I've drawn is a pair of pliers. So, what should we guess about what the next one might be? You guess for yourself. I'll draw. Second item is chainsaw blade. They're both tools. They're both a part of a tool, but you didn't have the full picture. Forecasting with partial knowledge is more difficult than forecasting with perfect knowledge. Bucket number 2. And now for bucket number 3, forecasting with uncertainty. We don't know what's in the bucket ahead of time, and we're not allowed to sample the bucket with trials. Instead, we're just going to draw one. Here I go. A tomato. What does that tell us about what the next item might be? Don't know. Let's try again. Box of nails, tomato, no trend. Screwdriver, no trend here. This is forecasting with uncertainty. We don't know what's in the bucket ahead of time, and since anything can be in the bucket, making forecasts is very difficult, highly problematic, if not impossible. So what all was in the last bucket, the uncertainty bucket number 3? Tomato, can of Coke, red pen, box of screws, plastic funnel, and a screwdriver. This is the example of what we face in life, or what we face with a business startup. This is the future. It's uncertainty. This is the basis for the arguments Professor Saraswati makes in the affordable loss principle. Since it's extremely difficult, if not impossible, to forecast the future, maybe we shouldn't start new ventures based on forecasts telling us how much we'll earn, so then we know how much to invest in it. Instead, her approach is, and what successful entrepreneurs say is, instead I want to figure out what I can lose. What I can afford to lose is the amount I'll risk on any new venture. Now please read the chapter carefully, do the assignment, and go to the discussions. The affordable loss principle.